us a little bit about getting that first internship. It was so challenging. What is the one question they ask you as you're interviewing for internships? What other internships have you done? And it's like, wait a second, I'm trying to get my first one. Could you please help me get my first one so at least I can answer the next company about that. So when I saw the STEM away approach and Debaleena was sharing with me, that virtualization of it and getting practical experience is just so incredible. This is what makes me so excited about hearing the presentations today. I'm going to get to see what you've already done and so excited about hearing more about what you've accomplished. With the STEM away approach, if I were interviewing, nothing more powerful than I've done real work. Here are the results, and just so thrilled at how it empowers you, the participants, this interns, right, to go much further and faster.
Michael, I just wanted to share a little bit of details with you before I hand it over to the students.
Sure.
We have 6 pathways going right now, and the students who are presenting today are from the full stack pathway. And in future, we want to expand it so the full stack would become more of a software engineering pathway. This particular team, they worked heavily on full stack design. They're kind of a sub part of the software engineering pathway that we are envisioning for STEM away. And this is just to show you some of the numbers. We also had a world map. We couldn't quite fit it into this presentation, but we have people from all over the world, including 2 people who will be presenting today, one from Nigeria and one from India. So it has been a really great experience. In each of the projects, in the internships, it's organized as mentor chain projects. So the concept is that we have STEM professionals who are at the top of this chain. It's literally like a chain of mentors. So we have the STEM the mentors who are professionals helping the leads. And most of the students presenting today are leads. There are some participants who also did a great job and are part of this presentation. So the leads learn from the mentors, and then they in turn are leading teams of 8 to 15 students. So this way we are really able to increase the number of opportunities. And we had close to 500 students pass through the program in this summer. In terms of the projects that did, we really pushed them. Full stack was no exception. The way we pushed full stack is we designed the project around what I would call an industry code base rather than a standalone coding. And so they did have moments of frustrations, but they managed to do a really good job. And I'll now hand it over to Jeremy to start the presentation. You can hear it in their own words.
Okay, sounds good. So my name is Jeremy, and I was a June full stack participant turned full stack lead in July. And as part of the June full stack pathway, we were tasked to work with and develop into the Discourse code base. And Discourse is an open source forum code with a very active community that was founded by Jeff Atwood, who's also the co-founder of Stack Exchange. What Jeff did was take the learning from Stack Exchange to come up with what was to be known as the perfect open source forum code. The popularity of Discourse can be seen through the list of communities using Discourse, from the Twitter community to Car Talk to Amazon sellers to scientific communities like Docker. And Discourse boasts over 150 plus communities using their code and over 12 million users. And before we set out on this journey of wanting to develop on the Discourse codebase, I can say confidently for my team and I that we had no idea of the behemoth on the other side of the screen. And I like to think that my June experience was analogous to picking a fight with the biggest bully on the block from the size of the code. And shortly after my team and I set our eyes on our first goal, I had no idea where to look inside of this labyrinth to find the correct code I needed to be working with to do what I wanted to do. And looking back, the guidance of our industry mentor, James, was paramount to our success.
So I was just looking through some of my notes. Oh, by the way, one of the things I noticed, the fact that you guys have been working across teams on communicating was proven by the fact that you guys mute when you stop talking. And I was like, that's expertise, right? Most people forget to do that, and then you hear the toilet flush in the background. But you guys are definitely have the experience, because as each of y'all stopped, y'all muted, which was it was just funny to notice that. I was going, hey, wow, this team has done a lot of communication online. So, and I loved your team names. You know, it is important to keep the job fun. work's work. It's called work for a reason, right? It's not called fun. But making the job fun is just whether it's a team name, getting together, having those virtual happy hours or what have you. That's critical because we are humans. And I like to talk about very often about technology, even within Intel, right? We start with sand, which we didn't make, and we deliver and sell compute. The difference between the sand and the compute, all people, empowering people to do their best, to be inventive, to make these scientific jumps. It is so important that they stay motivated, that you guys, as leaders in the roles that you're playing, keep the team motivated, and having fun is a great contributor to that. So, I could tell by the amount of work that you guys have gotten done in very short summer. It's quite impressive. And the fact that your teams are global, many people don't have global experience until they are really mature in their careers. So you guys are head of the race, and it's pretty cool. And honestly, with Kristen's comments, I think it's cool that this platform, it serves as a way to get actual experience to bring you up quickly back up to the edge of technology versus whatever duration that you left. That this is not just about internships for people coming out of college, but it's an internship for anyone who wants to be brought up to the state of the art quickly. And I think that was cool to see that diversity of the players represented.
It's amazing the way they work together, Michael. It was really like I had put in a lot of work, but every second I enjoyed just to see them in action. It was amazing, the work they did. And I had the team leads, especially the amount of effort they put in was not just 100, it was like 200%. And what I had promised them was coming out of this, they would have the kind of a same experience level as someone who has been in industry for almost, let's say, 5 years. Would you agree with
Maybe
that based on the presentations?
Absolutely. You guys have actually run into a ton of the problems, have great analogies, which you're able to communicate the challenges and how you've approached them and solved them. That is fantastic. And honestly, being able to communicate that's also a rare skill. Not every STEM person is a great communicator. Like I said, communication is just vital to getting the job done. It always has been. And now that things are so dispersed, I think it's even more important. So it was great to hear all the different presenters and the clarity in which you were able to present your challenges, your successes, and even what's next. I think part of the learning as more and more people get involved is the teamwork. It is the cross geography efforts. It is the jumping into code bases that you've never seen before and still finding a way to navigate that. I think that the challenges that you have faced in short order and have accomplished so much are just going to be daily activity wherever you find employment. So great work.